Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn. And while I was in town for the AHOA conference, I decided, maybe I should enjoy a little spring break fun. And I realized I got to work for a living, so I called Amaury Piedra over here. He's the managing director of Caribe Royale, this incredible property behind me in Orlando that's just been through a $140 million renovation. Amaury, dang, that's pretty serious stuff right there.
Nah, it's been good. First of all, Glenn, thanks for having me on.
Sure.
It's appreciated.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just finished a big repositioning, reimagination of the whole resort. And as you can tell by everybody behind us, everybody's enjoying it, and it's been well received. And yeah, we're happy to really put Caribe Royale on the map.
Yeah. So before we get into talking about the renovation, I'm excited you're going to be joining World Hotels with my buddy Ron Pohl, who runs that great organization over there, and that's pretty exciting. That's going to really unlock a lot of extra potential for you.
Well, one of the things, we're an independent, and we want to make sure that we can keep that independent vibe.
Yeah, totally.
And in discussions with Ron, we were able to do that while joining an organization that's growing and gives us some more visibility and some more distribution. So he's a great gentleman, and fortunate to be working with him.
Yeah, for sure. And he's going to be coming on soon. He's already scheduled for an episode of No Vacancy Live coming up, so you'll be sure to tune in for that one. But Amaury, so you got this incredible property here, and man, you got a lot of competition. So when you're investing this kind of money, you've really got to think about how to beat them out. So how did you kind of like approach this whole thing? Because I know you took these rooms down to the studs.
Yeah, we took everything down. We reimagined the entire resort from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And we did. We took the suites. We're an all-suite property. Yeah. So that's a big differentiator for us.
For sure.
So
particularly, this is such a family market. And I know you're also highly focused on conventions, which we'll talk about, but that's essential.
Yeah, for the families, it just gives them additional space. Yeah. Separates the bedroom from the living room and just gives people some privacy. So it's been very well received. But we took everything down to the studs, rebuilt everything. And then we took, we really took the customer and said, okay, what's a customer going to be looking for? Paddle tennis, for example, and pickleball are hot commodities right now. Those are the hot courts. So we built those courts. What are people going to be looking for? They want to have fun in like in the stadium club that we just opened, our high energy sports bar, and restaurant. So, we really, what does a customer want? What are they looking for? And that's kind of what we delivered.
But you got to that sounds short. That sounds easy, but it's a lot more complicated because you got two intersecting types of audiences that you must make equally satisfied, right? I think you're running something about 60% conventions right now, 40% leisure, which is really that family theme parky type of crowd. Right. So I'm thinking if I'm with my family, it's very different than when I'm out on the road on business. How are you able to appeal to both groups simultaneously?
Well, we did that, and we said, okay, great. We do transition. Yeah. Like Monday through Wednesday, we could have 1,000 convention year in. And
I think you have 1,000 conventions going on right now.
And that's one segment. And what do they need? And what do they need from a connectivity perspective and everything high tech to be able to pull off their conference and make it the best banquet food possible. Then you flip it on a weekend and you're full of families and people coming to everything Orlando has to offer, from the theme parks to everything else. So we needed to make sure that we had activities for them, whether it be the fishing.
Right. They have catch and release.
Yeah, catch and release fishing on our lake, the pickleball, the paddle tennis, the water slide, the bicycles, everything that a family would want to use during the time that we're here.
All right, so that's an interesting balance, and I see that model between business and leisure in Vegas, for example, but I would think that families are coming here more for that week stretch rather than that 3-4 day thing, so there are some more nuances in there as well.
Yes. Yeah. And what happens is, that's where the suites kick in by having some more space. Obviously, we programmed our restaurants to make sure there was something for everybody. You want Starbucks, you have Starbucks. Yep. You want to just grab a pizza?
I settled for the market.
Yeah, I was about to say the market. The market, you can grab a pizza or ice cream. You can go high-end at the Venetian Chop House. You can go middle tier at Calypso by the pool. You can go to Stadium Club. So we tried to balance out all the restaurants and bars.
That's great.
So there's something for everybody at every price point.
Right. So a little behind the philosophy for some of the younger viewers out there. You really want to try to be able to maximize revenue at every part of their stay. And at different times, we're feeling like living and experiencing and having different types of moments. And that's where having this panoply of choices, I think, really comes into it. Yeah. I always fear the lines at the Starbucks. So I was very happy that you had Lavazza.
Yeah, it's at the market.
Yeah, downstairs. So I walked away going, "Woo, I'm a winner."
Yeah, we've got something for everybody, and that was really the key, and we wanted to make sure we could do that.
All right. So what I liked last night, I had an opportunity to go to the stadium. Stadium Club last night, and that was so much fun because they have these simulator suites in there, and this is an idea that I think was great crossover from both that business-minded professional think selling out the spaces to corporate events, and also a great way for like families to kind of hang out as well.
Glenn, that's 100% right. You know, you've got the conventioneers that after they're done with their workday, they all flood into Stadium Club at 9 o'clock, and they're playing golf on the simulators or watching games, whatever. But that also happens when we have the families in it, the leisure traveler, because they love to rent one of the simulators, and they get the whole family in there, and everybody's playing. And it doesn't just necessarily have to be golf. There's baseball, football, basketball, soccer, hockey, zombie dodgeball.
Yeah, I played the zombie dodgeball last night.
Big for the kids.
By the way, if I start craving brains, that's going to tell you how it went for the zombie dodgeball.
Yeah, zombie dodgeball. Kids love the zombie dodgeball. So again, it balances it out to make sure that we can take care of all our customers.
Yeah, and again, that's really important. And then what I really liked about the food and beverage options, it's approachable foods that meet all the palates of convention goers and families, but it's also elevated with having professional known chefs come in and kind of reinvent it.
Yeah, we worked with a couple of chefs that I had done some restaurants with in the past. Chef Janine Booth and Jeff McGinnis, Top Chef alumni, and James Beard Award winners. And we wanted to make it approachable but elevated.
Yeah.
So if you're having a burger, it's the best burger in Orlando. If you're having the fried chicken, it's the best fried chicken and waffles in Orlando.
I had that. Maury, one of the things that I'm an endless quest for the perfect chicken and waffles, right? And I've been going all over.
Those waffles great.
Dude, you shouldn't have teed me up with that. Now we're going to talk about the waffles for a little while.
Yeah.
They were perfectly crispy. They were square, around that big, which was the perfect size because it matched the size of the chicken. Sometimes people go with more of the Waffle House style waffle. They're too thin. They get a little bit soft. And you got good Belgian waffle style that retained its crisp the entire time as well. So I hate to get into nuances about this, but it's really about the details that matter so much. You can do chicken and waffles, or you can do chicken and waffles. And then the way you presented it, I got the half chicken, and I don't know how you eat the whole chicken. I guess I've found
No, that's for a table.
Yeah, but it comes in a bird cage presentation as well. So a lot of fun. And you're creating an experience.
For all of those of you watching, the best chicken and waffle.
Yeah, they were really good. I give the personal, Glenn guarantee on that one. Yeah, but if you don't like them, then there's something wrong with you. That's what I'm saying.
If you don't like them, then go for the pizzas. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. I wanted to have a chance to have that, but I also I was looking at all the different appetizers, and there's so many great things. And tonight I'm going to be going to see what the steakhouse is like, for example, seeing how you're approaching more of that modern Italian cuisine, which I've seen really take off in places like Las Vegas as well.
Yeah, it's an Italian chop house, so it's a blend of very high-end, dry-aged steaks and meats. Great fish, such as Chilean sea bass. But then you've got some Italian components, such as what I think is a great chicken parm. You got some great pastas in there. So there's really, again, something for everybody on what you want to eat. But again, it's very high quality. It's very elevated.
Yeah, and that's really what the key is here. Everything has to be elevated. Everything has to be higher quality, which takes me to what you did with the rooms renovation. And we'll talk a little bit about what you did at the convention center.
Sure.
Absolutely beautiful, because one of the problems I think a lot of hotels have when they come to a renovation is you're stuck with this building. Whatever era it was in, you're stuck with. I don't know what these rooms looked like before, but it looks like it could have been, the architecture looks like the rooms itself could have just been designed a couple of years ago.
The reality is that we were fortunate, the whole property was built in the 90s, so it's not really old.
Right, but in hospitality years, that's really old because bathroom sizes were much smaller, for example, right? So the way that we want to experience has changed so much in 30 years that sometimes you have older infrastructure, you're hamstrung by that, but you were not.
No, we weren't, because we were able to expand areas we needed to expand, but more than anything, we just wanted to make them and give them a real Florida theme.
Right.
And what is Florida? Florida is bright. Florida is the sun. Florida's palm trees. And I think we achieved that. And it's been very well received by the customers. We've gotten great feedback.
Right.
And that's really, you never know until you get it done and until you open it. But our customer feedback has really been great. And again, having that suite component makes us different from the other larger hotels in Orlando. And it sets us apart from the competition.
Yeah, it sure does. I love the tiled floors. When you walk in, I'm sure they're good vinyl tile, which is super affordable, and it looks absolutely beautiful. The color is right. When you say bright colors, don't worry, they're not like PacSun 90.
No, it's not like PacSun. It's a nice bright
fits
motif.
very well with the Caribbean type of motif. It's all gentle, bright colors that have good positive energy associated.
When we were doing all this, we said, hey, we're an independent hotel.
Right.
How do we set ourselves apart from the other branded hotels in the area? And we were able to give it our own look. So, unlike maybe a branded product that uses the same room design as they do somewhere else.
Right.
This is unique to us. And then we tailored the guest experience to that as well. So we always say that we're an independent hotel. We're a large hotel, whether for families or conventions, but with a touch of lifestyle. And that's why we do some different things.
That's great. And it's just so interesting when you're able to hit so many different groups and be able to connect, I think, with all of those different groups. Sometimes people are really good at focusing on one segment of business, but not necessarily being able to see that whole 360 view. So convention center, I'm amazed by how many people are here. Here at spring break, my understanding is here like 98% occupancy right now.
There's several thousand people in the hotel.
Yeah, and they keep walking back and forth to the convention center. It's absolutely amazing. There's like a big tiki convention going on. There's this like giant science thing and a couple of other things happening. So we got a lot of different ballroom space. It's all been redone. It's all absolutely beautiful. So how are you thinking about approaching conventions these days?
Well, we added as part of our reimagination, we added a 50,000 square foot ballroom.
Yeah.
So right now we have 220,000 square feet of space, and we're going to be adding another 20,000 square feet of space starting late this year.
Wow.
But it's gone well. I mean, Orlando is known as a big convention market. And our average group size is about 800 to 1,000.
I would say that
they're here.
I don't know which is number one or number two, but it's here in Vegas.
It's here in Las Vegas, and it sometimes Vegas ends up being number one for the year. Right. Sometimes Orlando ends up being number one for the year. It kind of depends what type of group and where they want to go. Mm-hmm. But on the corporate group side, on the association group side, we've really done very well. So it's funny. Like we'll have an American Express group in with 800, 900 people, and then all of a sudden they have their needs. All of a sudden they depart, and they've had a great time, and we want to make sure that we tailor the experience to what they want, and then all of a sudden we'll have all the families come in. Yeah. So it's a trip to see the change in our customer base, but it's funny.
But I'll tell you what was really great as I was learning about the story of this property, that you guys went into this renovation around the time that COVID started, and the ownership group just really said, we're going to double down, which I love, because during that period of time, we were going on live every single day, trying to get the industry to understand what was going on and find success. And I was saying over and over, the big winners are going to be the ones right now making those bold moves. And now you opened with this beautiful reinvention as property, as people are really paying a lot more for rooms and traveling in seemingly record.
No, and you're correct. It was back in 2020, and our ownership group, Sierra Land, I need to mention them because really we had a vision for the resort, and they allowed us to execute that vision. So Sierra Land, thank you. And we doubled down. We said, let's just do this now because this pandemic is going to end, and we want to be in a strong position coming out of the pandemic, not be behind. Yeah. And it wasn't just the investment in the reimagination. It was actually the investment in human capital as well. Yep. We put together a fantastic team. And while other hotels were, I think the word back then was furloughing. Right. So as people were getting furloughed, we had the ability to hire a very talented group of people, probably ahead of where we really needed them. Right. But we had them built a cohesive team, and that team has really done wonders.
Well, yeah, sure, they're sitting in kind of like the holding pen over there, but with that great ownership group behind you that's willing to make that investment, you are primed that as soon as the doors reopened. And
we hit the ground running and ramped up a lot faster than we thought.
yeah, and I can imagine in, like summer 22, you're probably right in the middle of it, probably had one of the towers closed or something like that at that point, but you were really able to get people in and out.
We finished everything in early 23.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it was great. We're opening, and you're partially done and partially not done, and then by late 22 we were fully completed. A couple of things opened at the beginning of 23, but it's been a great ride. And the biggest thing is our guest satisfaction scores are really high. Our meeting planner satisfaction scores are really high. So it's been well received, and so far the formula we put together has worked, and that's because the staff, we created this family atmosphere. And the staff truly believes in what we're doing, which is providing that Royale service to the customer. And so far, the formula's been working.
Yeah, so how do you think about keeping the people happy here that are working at this resort, creating these experiences for people, retaining them, encouraging them, giving them a future in hospitality?
It always sounds hokey because it's an adage that works.
Right.
If you keep your associates happy, they keep your guests happy, and everything works out.
So how does that work?
We do a lot. Yeah, we've created a very open family atmosphere. It's a very, everybody's on a first name basis. Everybody works together. We have adopted a lot of training initiatives to make sure that we can help develop people for them to progress in their careers, whether it be here or sometimes it's somewhere else. But it's still our responsibility, we feel, to help develop them if they want to learn more and grow their careers. So we invest a lot in that. We invest a lot in our associates from a recognition perspective. We invest a lot in our associates from a special event perspective. And I think they see it, and we're very open and transparent with them. We share our success or our failures with them. I think it's important that they know what's going on, that they're vested in what's going on, that they're fully aware of the ups and downs that happen sometimes. And the more they know and the more they're empowered, the better it is.
Yeah, for sure. So what do employees want when it comes to benefits? And I mean like flexible scheduling and that sort of stuff, because I'm trying to help everybody understand really how to connect better with people and give them what they need.
Sure. Insurance was a big thing. So we one of the things that we figured out.
In this case, you're speaking health insurance.
Health insurance.
Because I know
health
insurance in general for hoteliers is a mess down here.
Yeah, health insurance.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we discovered early on was there wasn't as many of our employees on the insurance as we thought there should be.
Right.
Turns out that we were able to rework things so it became more affordable for them. And whereas in many other companies, the cost of health insurance went up, ours actually went down.
Phenomenal.
So we were able to get more people on it because it's important. Health is number one. The other thing is, they want to have a voice.
Right.
And they want to be heard. And that's where we do these round tables, and we do a lot of general associate rallies where there's a lot of Q&A and a lot of back and forth. And I think one of the biggest things is they want to feel like they're informed. They want to feel like they're in control of their destiny. And we try to achieve that. And we're always constantly doing, wage surveys to make sure we're in the right place with that.
Yeah.
So I think, empowering them, and they are empowered to make decisions, goes a long way as well.
And that's really important. And that has to be real empowerment, not just saying stuff and creating a culture of fear where they don't actually make the right decisions. Right?
Yeah, we tell them at orientation, take care of the customer. Don't worry about it. Just take care of the customer.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to give you any bad feedback for taking care of the customer.
Right.
Just do it. Make sure they're happy. Don't worry. The rest takes care of itself.
Yeah, it really does. And that's such an important lesson for people to learn. So thank you for sharing that part of it.
Absolutely.
What are you most proud of here? Because you've had a long career. You're running a resort with 1,350 suites, 7 different restaurants. I think it is
7, 8.
What was it? 220,000 square feet of meeting space. That's pretty impressive. I'm pretty impressed with myself remembering all those numbers, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations. Good job. Good job.
This might be the last time.
Good job.
So what are you most proud of about being here?
I think that we were able to take a 3-diamond resort, convert it to a 4-diamond resort. From the day that we really started this project to now, we had about 40 associates, as we call our employees, on the payroll. Now we have over 950.
Wow.
And we've been able to grow make our mark not only in the Orlando marketplace, but all over Central Florida. People know us now, and people know us for the quality of what we deliver and the service that we deliver. But the thing I'm most proud of is we've been able to add 900 employees, associates, and I believe we've still been able to maintain the same type of close-knit atmosphere and family atmosphere that we have back when we started as we do now. And that's the most important thing for me, because if the associates are in a good place and they're happy and we're doing the right thing for them, they will do the right thing for your guests and your customers.
That is absolutely fantastic.
So we spend a lot of time on that to make sure that we don't lose that culture.
Yeah, you've got to reinforce it all the time. You know, a lot of my friends at companies that have great culture always talk about it. Every single day, you have to focus on it.
Yep.
Because if you take your eyes off of it, at some point it'll get away.
It can get away from you. And it makes sure, we make sure that we do the right thing. And if doing the right thing costs us some money and doing the wrong thing, we were able to save, we'll spend the money and do the right thing. And that's kudos to our owners as well, because they believe in that culture, and that comes from our corporate office down to us, and everybody's in sync.
That's cool. So I'm curious. I'm just sitting here thinking, I just like listening and responding to questions. I keep thinking about this $140 million renovation. You put in so much money into it, but that doesn't mean it's just a stop. So how do you think now about the next 5 years and continuing to evolve the product?
Yeah, well, we're always thinking 2 or 3 years ahead. And, we're always thinking, okay, what's next? So, we're looking at as we talked about, we're going to expand the meeting space. So that's one thing.
Another 20,000 square feet.
Another 20,000 square feet. We're looking at creating some VIP villas, some really over-the-top villas that are like, wow.
Yeah.
We're going to be redoing the villas as a whole as well. We are expanding Stadium Club, because even though Stadium Club's only 90 days old, there's been so much demand that we're going to convert a former loading dock, fill it in, and create a really cool outdoor space for 100 people.
Oh my God.
Connected to Stadium Club.
That's really cool.
So we're doing that. We might be doing a sushi concept, so we're working on that as well.
Invite me back for the opening.
We'll invite you back to the sushi concept. It's going to be a really cool, what they call omakase experience. So you sit there at the sushi bar and you interact with the chef.
Love it.
The chefs prepare everything for you, the sushi chefs. So we're working on that. And really just to keep everything fresh. And, from an entertainment perspective, working on a concert series, on a music series for 2025 as well.
That's great. I saw the great space out there, the big open space.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it between the Grove, for our 20,000 square foot event lawn, and a couple of other spaces. But do a quarterly music series that'll be a signature, Caribe signature as well.
That's cool. All right. So the last thing I want to ask you is, you go from 3 stars to 4 stars. How does that really help with rate lift and really being able to enhance profitability overall?
Well, there's, it helps in various ways.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps position you among the top echelon of properties, not only in Orlando, but in the state of Florida. And it helps you from a standpoint of recruitment for those associates that really want an upscale environment to work in and to grow in that upscale environment. It helps you from a rate perspective because you are in a different level, so you are able to charge more. At the same time, you have to deliver more to the guest.
Right.
So the expectations are higher. So one goes in hand with the other. And, so from a leisure perspective, people know they're going to get a very high quality experience when they come to Caribe as a 4 Diamond. And then finally, from a convention standpoint, a lot of companies just look at 4 Diamond and above.
Right.
Because they want to make sure they provide the best experience possible for their attendees, because whatever they do and wherever they hold the event, that sets the tone for, how their employees look at their company.
Yeah.
So it helps position us there as well. So it was important for us to get there. We got there a year ahead of schedule, which was great. And we continue to enhance. It's something that'll be there forever. And, Caribe Royale's come a long way in the last 3-4 years. And we still have, a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be doing.
Excellent. I love it. You are an awesome hotelier. Thank you so much for spending time with me today.
Glenn, no, thanks for being here.
This is great.
Let me know how the restaurant goes.
Yeah, I can't wait. And hey, I want to thank you all for watching. Remember, subscribe to No Vacancies newsletter. Text the word hotel to 66866. You can do it. It's easy. Hotel to 66866. Follow these stories and all sorts of great stuff that we cover about this incredible world of hospitality. So for Amaury and myself, Glenn, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.